Chapter 1. Am I a tentacle monster? Acute octopus. Open black lens bracket. Reading brain storage. Close black lens bracket. In July 2023, within the waters of the Dragon Kingdom. H? Where am I? Didn't I just save someone? Lu Feng thought to himself. At that moment, waves of dizziness swept over him. His mind replayed the events. His limbs had cramped up after he jumped into the river, sinking straight to the bottom, and then he lost consciousness. His name is Lu Feng, a senior at Huan No. 2 Middle School. During his summer break, he had gone out for a walk and noticed a woman falling into the moat. In a fit of anger, he jumped into the water to rescue her. But the moment he entered the water, he felt an odd sensation. His body temperature was inconsistent, and his limbs became paralyzed. He failed to save her and ended up drowning. Shaking his head, he opened his eyes and looked around. Huh? Why am I still in the water? No, how am I breathing in it? He immediately swam upwards, but as he did, he realized something was wrong. His limbs had transformed into 8 tentacles, just like the ones of an octopus. Lu Feng stared at his 8 tentacles, deep in thought. Oh no! Am I a tentacle monster? Just then, a strange voice echoed in his mind. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to the host for awakening the Energy Evolution System. The system will now grant you a beginner's gift pack. Close black lens bracket. Lu Feng. Is this one of those systems from Rebirth stories? He had read plenty of such novels in school, those with the golden finger system that people always get when they travel through time or get reborn. Holy crap! Am I the chosen one too? Is it finally my time to rise? Lu Feng thought excitedly. But first, he decided to examine the system and let his consciousness dive deeper into his mind. The functions of the Energy Evolution System appeared one by one. There were 4 functions in total: Attribute Page, System Backpack, Evolution Tree, and Quest. For Lu Feng, who was familiar with these types of systems, the meaning of these 4 functions was immediately clear. Let's take a look at the Attribute Page first. Open black lens bracket name. Lu Feng close black lens bracket. Species: common octopus. Bloodline: ordinary level. Gender: male. Age: 1 month, 3 years. Status: infancy. Weight: 0.5 kilograms, 3 kilograms. Strength: 10 kilograms, 60 kilograms. Speed: 4 meters per second, 13 meters per second. Defense: 0.2 kilograms. Endurance: 0.5 kilograms. Endurance. Skills: color change, camouflage, venom, induction. Talents: regeneration, precognition, detection technique. Energy points: 0. Seriously? A 3-year lifespan? What kind of joke is this? Lu Feng thought in disbelief. At least, he's still a male octopus. If he'd been reborn as a female, things would have been way worse. Wait! Doesn't the female octopus eat the male after mating? This is terrible! Newborn octopuses can only eat plankton and fish eggs. Damn it! I've been reborn as something at the bottom of the food chain! Lu Feng groaned. Why is it that others are reborn as tigers, bears, or even dragons? Why the hell did I get reincarnated as an octopus? Feeling defeated, he wondered if he could be reborn as something. Anything else. A bird, maybe? At that moment, one of his tentacles seemed to sense his distress and stretched out to gently stroke his head. The tentacle understands me! Wait, if this tentacle isn't mine, why is it touching my head? He suddenly felt something was terribly wrong. He then realized there were 8 small heads on his 8 tentacles. The tentacle that had touched his head had been commanded by one of those heads. Ah, what is going on? Lu Feng's brain was struggling to process this absurdity. Everyone always said that octopuses were among the most bizarrely evolved creatures in nature. It was clear now that the rumors were true. Forget it. Let's just keep exploring the system. Asterisk backpack item. Newbie gift pack. 1 close black lens bracket. Open the newbie gift pack, Lu Feng declared, eager to see what was inside. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to the host for opening the newbie gift pack you have received. 500 energy points. 1 bottle of Bloodline Boosting Potion, and 1 bottle of Talent Strengthening Potion. Close black lens bracket. What are these? Lu Feng wondered. Item name: Bloodline Boosting Potion. Item type: disposable consumable. Item function: increases your bloodline by a small level when used. So this boosts my bloodline. Not bad. Let's move on. Item name: Talent Strengthening Potion. Item type: Disposable consumable. Item function: enhances a specified talent when used. The items in the newbie gift pack weren't bad at all. At least they didn't just give him a wooden stick and some basic gear. But what is this bloodline level thing? That's a bit unclear. Hey, system! Can you tell me what the bloodline level is? Lu Feng asked, but the system didn't respond. Ugh! Is this system even intelligent? He moved on to check the evolution tree function. When he clicked on it, a massive tree appeared in his mind. His consciousness felt like an ant standing next to an elephant compared to the scale of this tree. At the top of the evolutionary tree, spherical nodes were scattered at various positions. Each node contained a strange image. After quickly counting, he realized there were over 300 evolutionary paths on this tree. Whoa! So many evolutionary options for octopuses? Lu Feng marveled. He scrolled down and spotted a familiar image. It resembled the Eye of the Void, but it looked far more domineering. He touched the node with his mind, and a system prompt appeared. Open black lens bracket. Ding! To evolve into Void Monitor, you must unlock all evolutionary species of the previous level and gather enough energy points to complete the evolution. Close black lens bracket. Void Monitor? That's incredible! Lu Feng exclaimed, feeling excited. He continued examining the tree, looking at higher-level nodes. Some of them were even more advanced than the Void Monitor, but he didn't recognize any of them. Eventually, his gaze landed on a familiar node. Open black lens bracket. Ding! To evolve into Cthulhu, you must unlock all evolutionary species of the previous level and gather enough energy points to complete the evolution. Close black lens bracket. Cthulhu? Lu Feng's mind raced as he realized how high the stakes were. Chapter 2. Don't come over here, I'll scream if you come any closer. It seems like I have to explore the functions of this system bit by bit, and the system doesn't care about anyone's concerns. There are several evolutionary nodes leading to Cthulhu, but the species shown in these images are unknown to Lu Feng. Let's see what kind of creatures I can evolve into now, Lu Feng said, filled with anticipation. As he looked at the root of the evolutionary tree, several parallel evolutionary nodes appeared in front of him. Lu Feng carefully examined these species, which included the blue-ringed octopus, giant octopus, coral reef octopus, and seven-armed octopus. They're all relatively common varieties, he muttered. It seems that the path must be taken step by step, and a meal must be eaten one bite at a time. He casually clicked on the giant octopus node, and the system immediately chimed in with a prompt. Ding! To evolve into a giant octopus, you must reach maturity and have 200 energy points to complete the evolution. So I'm still in my infancy, and it will take some time before I reach maturity. However, octopuses have a relatively fast life cycle, and they can mature in just 1 or 2 years. Damn it! 1 or 2 years to mature? I can't stand that long, he grumbled. Then he began looking for a way to grow faster. After some exploration, he discovered a special method for growth. That method was to use the system's energy points. Using energy points could allow him to evolve more quickly. Well, what am I waiting for? Let's just use them, Lu Feng said, anxious to grow stronger. Ding! Would you like to use 100 energy points to grow to adulthood? Use, he confirmed without hesitation. A special energy flowed into his body, and immediately, his whole body started to feel itchy. 10 seconds later, his body had grown 3 times its previous size. He quickly checked his properties panel. Name: Lu Feng. Species: common octopus. Bloodline: ordinary level. Gender: male. Age: 1 month, 3 years. Status: adolescence. Weight: 1.5 kilograms, 60 kilograms. Speed: 9 meters per second, 13 meters per second. 9 meters per second. 0.5 kilograms endurance. Color change. His attributes had increased dramatically, and he could feel that his body had become significantly stronger. Now he could lift 30 kilograms, and his speed had increased. Time to continue evolving. Ding! Would you like to use 150 energy points to grow to maturity? Use! He confirmed again. After another 10 seconds of physical evolution, his body reached maturity, and all his attributes were maxed out. Just as he was about to continue evolving into the giant octopus, a new system mission prompt appeared in his mind. Ding! The Eastern Sea is about to experience the first tide. Please survive the upcoming tide. Completing the task will reward you with 200 energy points. TCH. Just a tide. What's there to worry about? Lu Feng said dismissively. But then, it hit him that his thinking wasn't quite right. In human terms, the tide couldn't harm him. But now that he was an octopus, things were different. Octopuses are at the bottom of the food chain in the ocean, and who knew what kinds of creatures the tide would bring? There was even a chance that he might be washed ashore by the tide. As he pondered this, he suddenly felt a sharp pang of hunger. The hunger was likely a result of his two evolutions. Now that he weighed 6 pounds, his body was about the size of a cat. The hunger was overwhelming, and he knew he had to find food before continuing his evolution. At his current size, plankton would no longer suffice, so he needed to hunt. He mobilized all 8 of his tentacles and swam quickly to the seafloor. Soon, he noticed some shellfish moving on the reefs. His hunger grew stronger as he observed his prey. Then, he spotted a larger red shrimp. He darted toward it, but the shrimp noticed and tried to escape. However, it was quickly captured by his 2 tentacles. You think you can get away? Now I can enjoy some fresh seafood, Lu Feng thought, delighted. He lifted the red shrimp and slammed it against the reef several times until it stopped moving. Then, he started devouring it. Ding! The host gains 0.5 energy points by consuming the red shrimp. Ding! The host gains 0.5 energy points by consuming the red shrimp. Ha! Eating food increases energy points. This is great! Lu Feng cheered. But he only ate the shrimp's body and discarded the head. This habit of discarding the head had lingered from his human days, but there were plenty of shrimp and shellfish in the area, so it didn't matter. After finishing the red shrimp, his hunger was somewhat satisfied, but he was still a little hungry. Well, don't blame me if I have to kill everyone. Ha! He declared. He then charged into a group of shrimp, hunting them down mercilessly. While eating, he thought about catching a crab next. But at that moment, a moray eel appeared. This moray eel was the vanguard of the tide, coming from deep within the ocean. While Lu Feng was still eating, a shadow darted toward him with lightning speed. A danger warning instantly flashed in his mind. His innate precognition ability had triggered. Without hesitation, he dropped the remaining shrimp and fled toward the depths of the reef. Damn it! Someone's trying to trick me! Lu Feng cursed as he saw the moray eel chasing him. However, the moray eel was faster than him and would catch up soon. No matter how hard he tried to hide in the underwater reef holes, he couldn't escape. Don't come any closer! I'll scream if you come over again! Lu Feng panicked. Could he really die on the first day of his rebirth? Just as the moray eel was about to close in, Lu Feng snapped. All right, you're asking for it. Come on, let's see who's stronger, he shouted angrily. With a puff, a stream of black liquid shot from his body, instantly polluting the surrounding seawater, making it difficult to see clearly. Taking advantage of the confusion, Lu Feng dove into a reef below and activated his color change and camouflage skills to blend in with the rocks. He watched the moray eel swim through the black smoke, trying to find him but failing. You think I don't know your usual tricks? Lu Feng thought with a smirk. You're waiting for me to show myself, right? Well, I'm not falling for it. The moray eel swam back and forth in the black smoke for a while, but soon gave up and left. Ha! You'd better remember this. When I evolve into a giant octopus, I'll show you what happens then, Lu Feng muttered, grinning. Chapter 3. Giant Octopus. After the moray eel left, Lu Feng didn't immediately emerge, but stayed hidden for another hour, continuing to disguise himself. Only when he was sure there was no ambush did he cautiously poke his head out. HMPH. You think you can fight me? Lu Feng sneered. When it comes to Lao Liu's behavior, who could compare with me? I'm still a little hungry. The seafood buffet was interrupted before I could even finish. I almost became a buffet for other fish. But if this moray eel can appear in this area, it's something to be cautious about in the future. He quietly sank to the seafloor, then camouflaged himself by changing the color of his body to match the sand. If I can't eat shrimp, can't I have some shellfish for dessert? Lu Feng began to search for shellfish buried in the mud and sand. The water here wasn't very deep, and the temperature was mild. Perfect for octopuses to thrive. After rummaging around for a while, he discovered an enormous clam with a shell twice the size of his body. Theft times scay! This thing could feed me for days! Lu Feng exclaimed excitedly. With a swift motion, he swam over to the giant clam, his 8 tentacles gripping its shell tightly. However, the clam's shell was shut tight, and there was no way to break it from the outside. The clam had closed its mouth so securely that it wasn't going to be easy to open. Lu Feng tried prying the shell open with his tentacles, but despite all his efforts, it wouldn't budge. Even with 60 kilograms of strength, the shell was simply too tough. "Damn it! You won't open, huh? Well, I don't believe I can't deal with you." Determined, he dragged the giant clam to a nearby rock on the seabed. With 4 tentacles holding the clam's shell firmly, he swam a few meters upward, then slammed it down onto the rock. The fierce impact made the clam's mouth crack open just slightly. Seeing that his plan was working, Lu Feng continued to smash the shell. Below, an octopus was seen smashing a huge shell against a rock on the seabed. After more than a dozen hits, Lu Feng was panting with exhaustion, but the clam's mouth had finally been fully cracked open, and it lay unconscious. "Ha! Fight with me? I'm the overlord of this sea!" Lu Feng sneered as he moved inside the clam's shell and began devouring its flesh. Ding! The host gains 1 energy point by consuming Tridacna. Closing square bracket. Ding! The host gains 1 energy point by consuming Tridacna. Closing square bracket. After over 10 minutes, Lu Feng was finally full, and there was still more than half of the clam's meat left. "Now that I'm full, let's continue evolving." At this point, he had accumulated 324 energy points, 250 of which were from the newbie gift pack, and 74 from eating seafood. Ding! You have met the requirements to evolve into giant octopus. Would you like to spend 200 energy points to evolve? Yes. Evolve me now. Lu Feng quickly chose. With his confirmation, a surge of energy flooded his body. Soon, his consciousness slipped into a deep sleep. How much time passed, Lu Feng wasn't sure, but when he finally woke, he was disoriented. Huh? Why did I fall asleep? Could evolving cause this? Lu Feng wondered aloud. If that's the case, I'll need to find a safe place to evolve in the future, so I don't end up being eaten by predators while evolving. He decided to check his status first. Name: Lu Feng. Species: giant octopus. Bloodline: ordinary level. Gender: male. Age: 1 month 4 years. Status: infancy. Weight: 30 kilograms, 300 kilograms. Strength: 300 kilograms, 3,000 kilograms. Speed: 2 meters per second, 6 meters per second. Defense: 100 kilograms endurance, 300 kilograms endurance. Skills: color change, camouflage, venom, induction, night vision. Talents: regeneration, precognition, exploration, artistic. Energy points: 124. Lu Feng realized that his size had grown to that of a large dog, but since octopuses are boneless, he could still squeeze into the clamshell. My size, strength, and defense have all increased significantly, but my speed has decreased, Lu Feng analyzed. The lifespan is extended by a year, and I've gained a new skill, night vision, which will be useful for seeing in dark waters. But what's this about artistic talent? Am I supposed to become like Squidward from SpongeBob and start doing art? Suddenly, a wave of hunger hit him again. Seems to be another after effect of the evolution. He devoured the rest of the clam meat and discovered a pearl inside. A sparkling pearl. But now, do I use this as some kind of chicken feather? Lu Feng mused, tossing the shell aside. Stretching out his 4 tentacles from the shell, he began swimming toward the distance. With the clam shell acting as armor, ordinary ocean fish posed no threat to him now. However, 200 energy points were needed to evolve to the youth stage of the giant octopus, and he currently had only 152. Clearly not enough. He wanted to gather more energy points before evolving again, ideally in a safe location. His next evolutionary goal was already set. The next species he aimed for was no ordinary creature. It was the phantom octopus. He had never encountered this species in his previous life. But from the evolution images, it was clear that the phantom octopus was not only large, but also had a glowing body. But that's still far off. I need more energy points first. Also, he hadn't forgotten about the moray eel. Now that he was a giant octopus, the roles of prey and predator had reversed. Don't think you're safe. If I find you, I'll kill you. Soon, he arrived at the reef, where numerous shrimps and crabs thrived, perfect for collecting energy points. Chapter 4. Undersea Giants. Lu Feng immediately retracted his 2 tentacles, leaving only 2 extended outside, as he slowly swam toward the moray eel. The moray eel, measuring just over 1 meter long and weighing about 20 kilograms, was covered in black and yellow markings. At that moment, it was hungrily devouring a small turtle, its head thrust into the turtle's shell as it feasted on its flesh. Lu Feng approached undetected. When he was less than 3 meters away, he swiftly shot out 6 tentacles, wrapping them tightly around the moray eel's body. Bah! Bang! Bang! The suction cups on his tentacles latched onto the eel's body, binding it tightly. The moray eel struggled violently, realizing it had been captured. It immediately tried to break free, thrashing in an attempt to escape. Hee, little guy, you're not getting away now, Lu Feng sneered. A gentleman's revenge is never too late. Well, in this case, it was served on the same day. The moray eel, realizing it couldn't break free, became even more frantic, biting down on Lu Feng's tentacles. Blue blood spurted from Lu Feng's tentacles, and pain shot through his body. Damn! That hurts! You dare bite me? Lu Feng growled, showing his own ferocity. He threw the moray eel's body against a nearby reef. Bang! Bang! The eel collided with the reef repeatedly, the force cracking the rock. Finally, the moray eel passed out from the brutal blows. Satisfied, Lu Feng grabbed the unconscious eel and dragged it into his shell. With a powerful bite, he tore off the eel's head. Hundreds of sharp teeth effortlessly chewed through the moray's skull. Ding! You gained 1.5 energy points by consuming the moray eel. The energy points flowed in, and Lu Feng felt the burn of his previous injuries slowly subside as his hunger was sated. He devoured the entire moray eel, but soon he could eat no more. Satisfied for the moment, Lu Feng stretched out his tentacles and swam deeper into the reef, finding a secluded spot to rest. It's quiet here, hard to find. I'll sleep here, he said, feeling the weight of the day's battles. After a long stretch of hunting and evolving, it was finally time for a break. His body curled into the shell, and as it closed, Lu Feng drifted into a deep sleep. In a conference room in Kyoto, the Dragon Kingdom, 6 individuals sat around a large table. 3 of them were elderly men in Mao suits, 2 others were middle-aged military officers, and the last person was a young woman in a business suit. Chief, according to reports from various regions, not only are animals in our country mutating, but similar occurrences are happening worldwide, reported one of the middle-aged military officers. The elderly man at the head of the table furrowed his brows. Do we have any concrete evidence? Videos or photographs? The young woman nodded and replied, Yes, Chief. Please take a look at this video. She clicked a button, and a video began to play on the screen. It showed a zoo, where the camera quickly focused on a tiger. This was no ordinary tiger. Once a standard Siberian tiger, it had tripled in size in just a few hours, its fur now a striking black and white pattern. The mutated tiger easily leaped over a 5-meter-high iron fence and began attacking tourists, tearing through the steel guardrails of sightseeing cars with its claws. All the people inside were killed instantly. A zoo security team tried to subdue the beast using tranquilizers, but it had little effect. The tiger continued its rampage, killing 3 security guards before a military unit was called in to kill the animal. The room fell silent as everyone watched the footage of the tiger's violent destruction. The tension in the air was palpable. Chief, similar incidents have been reported across the country. Fortunately, domestic dogs have mutated as well, but they remain relatively docile and still obey their owners. No human casualties have been reported from dog mutations yet, the young woman continued. At this, another elderly man spoke up. Number 1, it's clear that we need to make preparations immediately. The man sitting at the head of the table sank into deep thought for a moment. Then, after some consideration, he spoke again. First, let's have the military cooperate with local governments to deal with these mutated animals. We'll do our best to suppress media coverage. Additionally, launch the Fortress Project. Understood, everyone responded in unison. Several hours later, Lu Feng woke up from his shell and noticed that his body had grown larger. He immediately checked his status panel. Name, Lu Feng. Species, giant octopus. Bloodline, ordinary. Gender, male. Age, 1 month 4 years. Status, infancy. Weight, 42 kilograms, 300 kilograms. Strength, 400 kilograms, 3,000 kilograms. Speed, 2 meters per second, 6 meters per second. Defense, 110 kilograms endurance, 300 kilograms endurance. Skills, color change, camouflage, venom, induction, night vision. Talents: regeneration, precognition, exploration, artistic. Energy points: 325. Wait a minute. I had 305 energy points before I went to sleep. How did I gain 20 while resting? Lu Feng wondered, puzzled. His size had also increased slightly, and his weight was now 42 kilograms. If I keep growing like this shell won't hold me much longer, he thought. Should I head to the deep sea to find a bigger shell? Nah, better to accumulate more energy points for now. He swam back to the reef, where he feasted on a large number of shrimp and crabs. His energy points rapidly accumulated, and soon he had 400 points. Now he was completely full. Full again? Good. Time to evolve, Lu Feng said with a grin, eager for the next stage. He swam out of the shell and prepared for evolution. Ding! Do you want to spend 200 energy points to evolve to adulthood? Yes, he answered decisively. After 10 seconds of tingling energy coursing through him, his body grew even larger. Still not hungry? Fine, let's evolve again, Lu Feng said, already preparing for the next transformation. Ding! Do you want to spend 200 energy points to mature further? Yes. Another 10 seconds passed, and Lu Feng's body stretched out to an impressive 10 meters, his weight increasing to 300 kilograms. Name: Lu Feng. Species: giant octopus. Bloodline: ordinary. Gender: male. Age: 1 month, 4 years. Status: mature. Weight: 300 kilograms, 300 kilograms. Strength: 3,000 kilograms. 3,000 kilograms. Speed: 6 meters per second, 6 meters per second. Defense: 300 kilograms. Endurance: 300 kilograms endurance. Skills: color change, camouflage, venom, induction, night vision. Talents: regeneration, precognition, exploration, artistic. Energy points: 0. Now, Lu Feng was a true giant of the ocean. 10 meters long and weighing 300 kilograms, his 8 tentacles moved like powerful telegraph poles, smashing rocks on the reef with a mere brush. Who can stop me now, besides sperm whales? Ha! Lu Feng laughed, reveling in his newfound strength. Chapter 5. The tide is coming. Just as Lu Feng was muttering to himself, waves of cold seawater rushed in. Along with the water came a large number of fish, and Lu Feng's sensing range had now expanded to 100 meters. With just a quick scan, he detected tens of thousands of fish in his range, along with several sharks trailing behind the school of fish. Shit, sharks! Run! Wait, I'm a mature giant octopus now. Should I still be afraid of sharks? Lu Feng thought to himself. In his perception, the sharks were only about 3 meters long. But now that he was 10 meters long and weighed 300 kilograms, dealing with these sharks should be easy. I've been craving shark fins for a while, and now you're just bringing them to me, Lu Feng thought with a fierce glint in his eyes. He then swam toward the school of fish. As soon as the smaller fish saw the massive octopus, they scattered in all directions, terrified. Within seconds, Lu Feng noticed the sharks charging toward him. Here comes the shark fin, haha! With a swish, his enormous octopus body lunged toward one of the sharks, which was over 3 meters long. The shark, seeing the terrifying octopus, immediately tried to flee. Sharks are natural predators of octopuses, but they usually hunt smaller ones. However, this 10-meter-long giant octopus could easily turn the tables and become the shark's predator. Boo-hoo! 4 of Lu Feng's tentacles, as thick as telephone poles, shot out and ensnared the fleeing shark in an instant. The shark struggled, but the more it fought, the tighter Lu Feng's grip became. When the other sharks nearby saw the terrifying octopus, they immediately fled into the distance. Snapped! Lu Feng's 5th tentacle struck the struggling shark with a tremendous force. The shark's head bled from the impact, and it was knocked unconscious. Satisfied that the shark had stopped resisting, Lu Feng slowly pulled it toward him. Hey, let's enjoy this shark, he said as he began to devour it. Ding! You have consumed the bull shark and gained 5 energy points. Ding! You have consumed the bull shark and gained 5 energy points. After a hearty meal, Lu Feng had finished the entire shark. He lay back leisurely on the reef, stretched out a tentacle, and pulled out a bone spur from the shark's body, using it to pick his teeth. The taste of shark fin is pretty good, and it's packed with energy points. That was comfortable. If anyone had been there to see the scene, Their jaws would have dropped in astonishment. He checked his energy points. 65 points gained from this shark. It seemed like hunting large prey like this was a good way to accumulate energy, but he wasn't full yet. At his current size, he could easily consume 2 3-meter-long sharks, so he decided to keep hunting. A few minutes later, Lu Feng caught a strong scent of blood wafting from the west. What kind of marine creature could produce such a strong smell of blood? Could it be a whale? No, that's impossible. This is a shallow sea area and whales usually don't come this close, Lu Feng pondered. Nevertheless, he decided to swim over and check it out. Soon, he arrived at the Western Sea, where a large number of fish were gathered, attracted by the scent of blood. There were also over a dozen sharks in the area. Lu Feng sent out a sensor and quickly detected the source, a huge gray whale carcass. Less than half of the whale's body had been consumed by some creature. This gray whale was at least 15 meters long. A massive creature. Usually, creatures of this size have no natural predators, so how did it die here? The wounds on its body suggested it had been bitten by something large. Wait, not even a blue whale or a sperm whale could cause wounds like this, Lu Feng thought, alarmed. Could it be an ancient great white shark? He mused. But that seemed highly unlikely. If such creatures still existed, humans would have discovered them by now. Whale meat should give me plenty of energy though. Should I give it a try? Lu Feng thought. He hid beneath the water, blending in as a rock, and observed the situation carefully, formulating a plan. After all, the whale carcasses was large enough that it wouldn't be cleaned up by other fish for a while. As the saying goes, when a whale falls, all things come to life. That's certainly true here, he thought. However, he had heard that whales contained many valuable resources. Lu Feng stayed hidden and continued to observe the area. After several dozen minutes, a dark shadow appeared in his sensors. The shadow was moving so quickly that he barely had time to react. What can leave so fast after just one sting? Lu Feng wondered inwardly. The size of the shadow was unmistakable. It had to be at least 20 meters long. This was a giant creature. Could it be another adult whale? No, it shouldn't be, Lu Feng thought, trying to stay calm. Then, the shadow passed by again, and this time Lu Feng was able to fully register what he was seeing. His blood ran cold when he realized it was a giant ichthyosaur. Shit! Isn't this an ancient creature from the Triassic period? Why is it still alive now? Lu Feng exclaimed in shock. What is this tide bringing with it? No wonder the system issued a mission. Good thing I didn't try eating whale meat earlier, or I might have walked right into this creature's trap. It turns out that some sea creatures were much more naive than he thought. They were using fishing methods, like baiting him into a trap. Ridiculous! It's better to stay still for now. To this giant ichthyosaur, I'm just a little snack, Lu Feng thought, choosing to remain concealed. The ichthyosaur swam past him and quickly disappeared into the distance, oblivious to his presence. Those smaller sharks, barely 3 meters long, were no more than a nuisance to the giant ichthyosaur, which had no interest in hunting them. The ichthyosaur then grabbed the gray whale carcass in its jaws and swam off toward the deep sea. Lu Feng let out a sigh of relief, as the oppressive presence of the giant creature slowly faded. The pressure from that thing is immense. I'll need to evolve quickly, Lu Feng realized. Even though he was a 10-meter-long giant octopus, he was no match for a creature like that. And what is going on with this giant ichthyosaur? Why hasn't anyone encountered this creature in so many years? He wondered. After calming his nerves, Lu Feng quietly swam back to his own territory at the bottom of the sea. It's better to focus on gaining energy points right now, Lu Feng muttered to himself. Soon, he began hunting various sea creatures in his domain, rapidly increasing his energy points. Several hours later, he accessed his evolution tree and checked the requirements for his next evolution. Ding! You have met the requirements to evolve into a phantom octopus, but your energy points are less than 1,000, so evolution is not possible. Originally, the evolution required 1,000 points, but now Lu Feng only had 722, leaving him 300 points short. Guess I'll have to keep hunting, he decided. Another 2 hours passed. Lu Feng had consumed nearly half of the fish in the area, and most of the remaining creatures had fled. However, the small shrimp and crabs no longer provided him with significant energy points. After checking his energy total, he found it had reached 1,070 points. It was time to evolve. He found a reef hole at the seabed, swam into it, and accessed the evolution tree function. Ding! You have met the requirements to evolve into a phantom octopus. Would you like to spend 1,000 energy points to evolve? Yes! Evolve immediately, Lu Feng answered eagerly.